Now, going to not great, we got Silas Nightfeather again saying, biggest problem with WoW is the story's hot garbage. Now, agree or disagree with that statement. The bit that makes that statement definitely makes sense, or at least for a lot of people, because I know that the Night Elf, more of a Draenei, Draenei guy, there you go, it rhymes, myself, but you see, for those people who are the real dedicated Night Elf players, I mean, the place that enchanted them to the WoW universe was burnt. There's really been no good resolution. I mean, in my opinion, it feels as if Teldrassil happened and has been completely forgotten about. Yes, there is some weird cosmic lip service played to it by Elune, but not by the victims of the tragedy, not by the Night Elf as a people, as an empire, I suppose, as they were, once referred to, recovering from this awful situation that has happened to them in very much real-world terms. That's not been touched yet. We haven't rehomed the Night Elves. So what Silas goes on to say is, I played a Night Elf for 15 years, and I'll never play WoW again. Now the Night Elves, as a narrative element, are effectively dead. That is what happens. They did Teldrassil knowing they were playing with people's emotions. They didn't. Teldrassil, like Conduit Energy, Teldrassil was a big mistake. And here, I think, you see the damage of that. Not everybody's going to be like that over a plot point. But for the people who, the thing that really got them with WoW is, maybe they played Warcraft 3. They loved the Night Elf campaign. They just, fell in love with the forests. And then that happens all over again when it's just the incredible experience of doing that in initial WoW. Then you burn it down for basically no good reason. The whole Night Warrior stuff is just a way to smuggle in some Elune details, because basically Night Warrior just feels like sitcom, right back to the start again, but she's a bit more powerful. Yep. And they're like, really? The Night Elves all got killed to hell for this? Yeah. And, in your Steps WoW Needs to Take video, we do talk about the lore and the story, and not the specific direction of the lore and story, but thematically what it has to do and the sorts of things they need to change. And I think it covers this. So, yeah, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. I suppose it's a bit lucky, being, say, Draenei players. I feel like we got a bit of a better treatment.
For now, God knows what Urel's going to do when she shows up.
Yeah.
But it's like the one thing that I think is more annoying than basically anything else. It's like,
I think a lot of Draenei players would really relish the opportunity to be tortured by Urel, let's be real.
Yeah, I mean, but, it's the point of...
whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, will that story go in a way that ruins what your idea of your character is? Possibly. But it's more the idea that all of the Night Elf stuff is fine, but they could have pulled out of it some capacity. They could have, not nosedive straight into the water. But any chance of a resolution that makes sense in terms of homing them and stuff, rehoming the Night Elves, rehoming the Worgen who were refugees themselves, and now they're double refugees. I don't really think that works. You double stamps on your refugee card, but it's the fact that there's no, there's no avenue for resolution anymore, because Tyrande basically went, worth it though. And it's hard to get across how unfucking believably disrespectful that is to Night Elf players. To just go, worth it. Yeah, all dead. Yeah, but we have to rejoin the cycle now. You're like, well, tell that to the child that now has no parents and is going to live without any parents, or the person who's the last surviving member of their family. Did you think of that at all when you went to genocide? Nope. Didn't.
And if they did, they certainly haven't, done that justice in game. That's a bit that matters.
Haven't told us,
Yeah, so, big true. We got from Dre Fuss Frost, who said, it's tragic when people sabotage their own experience of 14 by bringing in expectations from other MMOs. Poor storytelling is common, but not inherent. Yeah. I mean, certainly if you're skipping all of the quest text, even if you're playing in such a way that has you skipping all the quest text and the cutscenes in the less interesting bits, that's a mode of play that will ruin the good bits, and then you'll never get to see the experience. It's like, you can't watch a TV show on Netflix by continually hitting the right button on your on your TV remote and watching the little preview image move. It's like, yeah, you are seeing the content chronologically from start to finish.
Yeah.
You're certainly not experiencing it.
I mean, like, would you be reading a fiction book and then just skip the chapters you don't think are interesting when you start reading it? It's like, oh, what's this? Well, this doesn't have any action. Skip. Oh, where's the good bit? Where's the good bit in this book? That's not how anything's done. I mean, World of Warcraft has trained a lot of people in a very bad way that way, which is a shame.
I love the experience of going to, following a thread on Twitter, let's just say, and it's like, oh yeah, there you go, another WoW developer has me blocked.
Nice one.
Very fun.
Nice one.
It's a pity. It's actually a WoW developer who works in bits of the games that I generally like.
That's a shame.
There you go. Some people cannot handle. They just cannot handle the criticisms, and that just is how it is. Thankfully, I know that's probably not super the case for the WoW team.